good. Thank you.
Action, are we good? Did you get that hooked up? Did you get that hooked up there? Okay. Yeah, check it out.
With it.
Hello. No, that's right there. That's me. Perfect. y'all want to make your way down here, have a seat. I promise I'm going to make this fun, interactive, and we're going to roast a bunch of influencers on stage, myself included. Where's Hawk? Yeah, I just want to make sure I had a good person to go at. Come on up. Come on up. Now, are we streaming? I was not expecting to have this streamed. Let's do some microphone etiquette here.
Test, test.
Beautiful.
Hello, Action.
Hello,
Check it.
Andy.
Wow, that's mine's a little loud, maybe?
Hawk's a little hot.
Can we just take that away from Hawk? I talk pretty loud without this, so.
Hey, Chris, you can crank it way down. Let's go one at a time. Will, go for it.
Check, check, check.
Bring it down, 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 down.
𝐷𝐿𝐿𝐷𝐿𝐷𝐿𝐷𝐿. 𝐷𝐿𝐿𝐷𝐿𝐷𝐿, that sounded good.
All right, go for it, Andy.
Hello, this is my microphone being spoken through with my voice box. Hello. That's, I'm just
You got a button on yours. Click it.
Put your hand lower on the mic.
Put my hand. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome.
Better reminder, Dave.
For the ones on the stream that can't hear, that can't see that, we got a bunch of people that know what they're doing, telling us what to do professionally. Yes.
Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're good. Hawk.
Check, 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 check.
All right. So don't point it at the speakers.
I'm trying to see, make sure it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, to make it short.
There you go. You guys ready for this?
I talk kind of loud, so.
We're gonna
got a
be
big
fun.
one.
It'll be good. What do you mean? We're talking about Sheba here, right?
All in. Suzuki. Shitcoin
I will
Saturday.
refrain from making comments now, but let's get the party started. This is supposed to be a home mining panel. I am a fly on the wall, and these guys are the experts. I don't know what I'm doing. I live in California. My peak hours are over 80 cents. I can't do jack in my house. So these guys know what they're doing. Apparently, they call them liars because, like, you can't do that at your house. Who gets that kind of rate? They do. So they know what they're doing. They're building farms. They're doing all sorts of things. And we're just going to dive in head first to get this party started. Hawk, yesterday you were on a panel, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. You talked about how much you failed, and
Yes.
then you succeeded with the failure of others.
Pretty much.
Fantastic. Does that happen in home mining? Is that the best way to win?
No.
Is to see who's failing and pick up their stuff.
Hold on. The idea of the story that I told about the guy who lost all that money is so people don't go and spend ridiculous amounts of money, mortgage their house, and do all this crazy stuff to get into crypto mining, right? Most everybody here has got a GPU at home. That's how you start. You start with one, you like it, you buy another one. You know what I'm saying?
He has earned his way onto this panel now. Fantastic. Let him know who you are and what you do.
My name is Mike. I run the Hawk Crypto Mining YouTube channel. I am also co-owner of Terra Hosting. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Hobbyists, going down the line.
Howdy,
who
howdy.
are you?
Who?
Wait,
I
are
don't
we
know.
streaming on your channel?
We are streaming right now.
Fantastic.
Heck yeah.
So if anybody wants to watch this live, tell your friends, tweet it or
Tell your friends, tell your kids, tell your wife. Milkman,
Share it.
come on in.
No need to hide them this time.
That's right, 100%. Yeah, hobbyist miner. I run a home crypto mining channel. I have been mining for about 3 years and gone through the struggles of the heat in the basement, the wife getting mad, you know, all that fun stuff, to moving it outside of my house into sheds. I have 2 sheds currently as of last week running. Yeah, I've been mining over the last 3 years and almost straight. I was off for 1 month.
That's it, 1 month. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Andy, Mr. Flux himself. I mean, I think that's where the bulk of the people on YouTube get their info about Flux and why they should get a Flux node, right?
I have talked about Flux quite a bit. Do have the nodes. I like the nodes. Let's get the nodes. Passive income, right? What are we talking about? Mining?
Tell me about
Hello. Hi. Greetings. Salutations. I'm probably the least qualified in terms of like overall farm size up here. But I have done lots of mining over the years. I started mining in 2014. I've mined lots of things. I've made lots of money with mining. I enjoy it. I think most people in crypto should do it or have some exposure to it, have a lot of opinions, thoughts, or otherwise about it. But my home mining farm is not like massive. It's like a mining garden.
He has
small plot.
he has his rigs in his shed, right?
I have
and
the
like a
shed
secret
rigs.
compartment in his shed. It's
I have quite a
very
few
cool.
Bitcoin mining rigs.
Yes.
That is true. But in terms of home mining, smaller. It's tactical.
Investing. Yeah.
Shout out to Alex.
Shout out to Alex. Well, are you making or losing money? Come on, tell us about you.
I'm not making any money right now. I can tell you that much. But just my story, I'm Tech Hustler, YouTube, Twitter, and all that. I started mining around 2017. I was flipping gaming computers and cell phones. And then once I had a ton of supplies, I was like, well, what can I do with this stuff while it's not selling? So I started mining Ethereum on the gaming rigs. And after a while, I was like, holy crap, I'm making a lot of money. So I started breaking down the Ethereum, the gaming rigs and making GPU mining rigs. I also, like I said, I had a ton of cell phones. So I was like, well, let me try to start mining on cell phones, which was not profitable at all, but it did sort of open that door.
What were you trying to mine on your cell phones at the time?
Dogecoin, Dash Coin, and a few other coins. Let's see, where was I going? Oh yeah, so 2017, I was buying a whole bunch of S9s and L3 pluses, and then we had the run up, and it was insane. I'm not gonna lie, I sold all my rigs sort of at the peak, did good, and in the bear market, I'm buying them all back and sort of repeating the process. Awesome. So, and one thing, we were talking about electricity earlier. Anyone that wants to get into home mining, you need to really figure out your electricity rate. You know, if you want to really go and try to make some profit. My rule of thumb is like anything under 10 cents per kilowatt hour. Actually, where I'm at now, I'm at about 12 cents. So I'm waiting for the market to turn a little bit before I dive in a little deeper. But you definitely want to check out your electricity rate before you start trying to build these large farms like you see the hobbyists with.
Yeah, well, when you're talking
he's
about
paying like 3 cents per kilowatt hour.
4 cents in my current, one of my setups. The big one there is the fact of like, you have to find creative avenues to find, I mean, it's operating costs. In any business, you need to keep your operating costs low. And as a miner, small, my size, or big, a mining farm, the biggest expense is electric. And so you have to find these avenues. I connected with multiple electric providers in order to find one that would work for me. I'm kind of utilizing a loophole, I'll be honest, with my current supplier to make it work. But hey, as a miner, you do what you got to do to stack those coins. So that's exactly how I come out.
To play the other side of that, though, I am a above 10 cent per kilowatt hour person.
Oh my gosh.
10 to 13 cents, depending on the month and time and power usage. But I am a big advocate for mining even with expensive electric, as long as you do it in very specific circumstances. Most of my stuff has been, I find this really cool thing on Bitcoin Talk, an altcoin announcement forum. I speculatively mine it before it hits an exchange. When it hits the exchange, then I can make back the electric or whatever. That's the majority of my stuff. I very rarely mine what to mine or whatever says is the most profitable.
Well, that's mining in the bear market.
Spec mining.
Spec mining.
Yeah, I that. Talk about that a little bit.
In all markets.
All markets. I'm an equal opportunity spec miner.
Now, is what Flux is doing going to change your mind and like make you mine, like at least GPU wise, going to go, let's just mine whatever it is and then proof of use will work for everything else? Or are you guys going to jump on that bandwagon? Hi, Dan. Don't you? Okay, Dan is not here.
Absolutely. We're going to be forever.
I think everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon at first. We're going to see what it is, but it's you're talking about people. The majority of crypto miners, they chase profits. Now, mining real quick before we go into Flux. Mining in the bear market is not to make money. It's to accumulate the coin. You get a massive amount of it, get those high yields. You wait for the bull run, then you sell. If you're mining to make money right now, you got to go get a second job. Like, it's just not going to happen. So you got to look at what your strategy is. I had a farm of 200 GPUs. At the height, right around the merge, the Ethereum merge, I sold them all, got rid of them all, because it's that cycle. You buy low, sell high. right? Same thing with accumulating coins. You're going to accumulate the coins when it's low, then you're going to sell it when it's high.
It's that easy. Buy it low, sell it when it goes up.
man.
Just time that market, folks.
I mean, come on, a 5700 XT refurbished was going for $900 in the bull run. That's insane.
Well,
Yeah, well, I
there
think
were
you
ant
commented-
miners going for like 20. Well, the
I bought an
Kadena
L7.
miners were going for like 60.
Yeah.
What did I buy that L7 for, King? 24 grand?
Oh my
24,000.
gosh.
Biggest mistake I
Yeah.
ever made.
And
Well,
now
I
it's like
think-
$3,000.
I think you guys made a really good point there, where it's very much of like selling. You talked about selling rigs, right? And it's like I think as home miners we get attached to our hardware because we're like, oh no, we spent all this time, all this effort getting this hardware. And I think there's one thing I've learned. This is my first cycle, bear market, bull market, first cycle completely I've been a part of. And one thing I have learned that I even need to do better of is selling the hardware. Like it's okay, it's all right, because I think you need to get rid of that hardware in order to liquidate it at the appropriate time, and then
Right.
as you're doing, buying back when prices are low. It's
and
a
it's
great
not that
idea.
I'm buying back the old hardware. The hardware always updates,
Evolves,
You
yep.
know, there's S9s, S19s, and soon it's going to be the S21, and same thing with L3,
Listen,
L3 plus.
What is it like? Getting rid of your crypto mining equipment is like trying to walk away from a toxic relationship. Right?
It's so painful.
Listen, it is. It's the worst thing in the world because you keep thinking, I'm never going to get deals on GPUs like this again, just like you're saying, I'm never going to meet a girl like this again. And you're sitting there going, just cut the cord, man.
Yeah.
You'll get there'll be better GPUs. The 40 series will eventually lower in price. You'll be able to get better stuff. I mean,
History usually
go.
repeats. There's a bear and a bull market for hardware just as well as the cryptos.
All right,
think-
so here's the wrench,
Yep.
and this is lovely, and I wanted you guys to go at it and tell me
jump
that
in,
you
jump
are
in.
selling. You guys are dropping these miners on your poor audience on YouTube that's excited to watch you. Have
right.
you guys made it public that you are dumping your hardware?
I mean, yeah.
Go down the line. Go ahead, Will.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I'm an advocate of selling when things are good and buying back. So yeah.
Andy, what about you?
Well, and not all hardware is created equal. So
right,
we
but
can say that as well.
everybody's situation is different. Okay, like right now there's people that'll buy now because they're either getting into it or they got 4-cent electric and they want to accumulate. Guys like me, even with my solar setup at home, it only averages out to like 11. You know what I mean? So it just depends on situations. Like, a lot of people in bear markets, they accumulate. I mean, Newegg right now. You see the new thing on
Yeah, the
Newegg.com?
trade-in with the GPU
They allow you
trade-in
to
you can
trade
do
in
right now.
GPUs for another one.
hey, they're
Because-
not dumb. Come on now.
Yeah,
But
they know
Mike,
what they're doing.
But don't change the topic. Have you told people that they should be selling? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think-
Are
well,
you-
here's the
are you
challenge.
open
No,
about it?
it's sort of a
answer is
personal,
that it's circumstantial. What's your situation? What are you trying to
So
accomplish?
I'm going to come back to your question there regarding that,
Go
because
for
the
it.
fact that I think transparency is key, especially as a content creator with an audience. And I think even I'm the first one. I constantly admit mistakes, and that's just who I am. And ever since I started my channel 3 years ago, it was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning as I do this, and here's my content. And so I think the important thing is transparency is key. And I am the first to say too, like, hey, trying to sell hardware now during a bear market, you might want to get rid of it, but it is really dumb. You really should be doing it during a bull run when it's worth 10 times the current amount it is. But we sometimes come across it and we're like, dang, I should sell this stuff, For me, I'm not selling as much hardware right now, a little bit there, but I am buying a lot. Like for me, ASICs. ASICs were not obtainable during a bull run at 15, 16, 17, 20, $40,000 for a home miner.
40 grand.
But now I can get them for 15 grand, or 1,500, 2,000, 3,000. That's a little easier for a home individual to swallow in that
correct.
regard for home mining. And I'm mining with them at home. But I think for you, it's a little different too, because you're picking up ASICs as well, but you're not running them at home as a home miner.
Yes, no ASICs at the house other than the little mini ones. Yeah, they're all hosted elsewhere. And yeah, this is an opportunity. I mean, I don't want to be the person who bought the S19 for $22,000 at the height of the bull run last time. I mean,
So it's really
This guy over here. Yep.
that's
It was part of the mistakes. It's part of learning.
it's a
when you get in.
learning. Yeah, you gotta.
It's part of learning, right? And look, the reason why we have such a great community and we're all up here together, all the YouTubers are together, is because we're very transparent with our community. I mean, I made a video.
I would have roasted you so much worse if you weren't. Don't worry. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I mean, I pour my heart out on live streams half the time, and I got King messaging me telling me, "Hey, calm down, bro. I'll give away all our secrets." Like, you know what I mean? Like, so we that's a part of the journey, and that's what people grow with you, right? And that's a big thing with our community. I mean, they've grown with me. I'm probably the youngest in the YouTube age here, but like hobbyists, they all grew with their communities. So, and I've seen Andy go live. He's got a couple hundred people in there. So That's not,
How
Seen
many?
me go live?
Yeah, you were live a couple times.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah, that's a rare occurrence.
Back in my day.
Yeah, but you had a lot of people walking. Yeah, a lot of people watching you. I mean, the point I'm saying is that the community is very loyal, and if you stay honest with this community and you show them you're not trying to shill or sell and just try to make money, these people, it resonates with these people. They feel like, hey, I'm with that dude. I'm doing it. We're doing it with you. A lot of the times, the YouTubers will do the work for you. All you gotta do is just watch. Hey, you don't know if you should buy this GPU?
Yeah.
Hey, we'll figure it out.
Well, I think the big
You know
one
what I
there
mean?
too is like you talk about transparency too. I think the big one is like our audience. I won't say enjoy, but they relate to our struggles. So when we're like, man, I'm turned off and I don't know what to do, and comments are loaded. They're in the same exact place as you, or my electric rate's high, and here's their electric rate. I mean, we see it when we live stream or when we ask for comments on these people. And I think we're just, as I tell people, I'm just another miner. I'm no one special. Just another miner online, and I relate to it. Only difference is I just record it. That's
Right.
it. Yep.
Yeah, when things start going down, we're feeling it just like everyone else, So maybe more so because YouTube gets in a little bear market itself, as far as crypto YouTubers go. So
Search is way down.
we feel
Action
it.
jumps in. He's like, oh yeah, I know how
Way
it feels.
down.
We feel it. We're here, and when we return to the bear market, we can say, hey, we were there. We never left. So
Now, who do you want to see more of in this space? Because we see a lot of people succeed as far as our platforms, and sometimes they're not as transparent. I know I'm putting this got a little hot take, and I want to.
It's all right. Go for it.
I
What do you
want to
got?
see how much you guys are going to go walk around this answer. What do we want to see more of? And I get that transparency is everything. Some people, they don't care as much about this transparency, and they continue to grow faster than a lot of you guys. How does that make you feel? Is it okay that others are winning at the expense of others? And is there something that you would do to change that?
At the expense of others, no. But I mean, transparency, that's a choice. Just because you're not transparent doesn't mean you're wrong. It's just if you're not transparent and you're also taking advantage of people or shilling something and dumping it on your followers and not being transparent about when you sell or what you buy or whatever, then yeah, that is wrong. But you don't have to be transparent or not transparent. It's all about what the intention is behind that. I like the transparency model. Seems to work for a lot of us, but that doesn't mean it's the right way or the only way to do it where you can actually have like a clear conscience. But yeah, certainly not at the expense of others though.
Got it. Anybody you guys you want to name that is doing that out there on YouTube land to other people?
What, you want us to roast people
question.
right now?
I feel
Yeah.
like
I was just wondering.
I feel like you have the
That's
answers.
fine.
No,
That's
I mean,
okay.
I didn't realize this was
just-
Scott shit journalism.
I don't know that I can speak directly to that, but I can speak a little bit to viewer expectations on some of these things. So like one of the challenges we run into as content creators is our YouTube content's out there all the time, right? It's evergreen. It pretty much exists. So I constantly, and I don't know about you guys, have home miners reaching out with questions or comments on content that's 3 years old. And are you still doing that? Are you still running that? Is this GPU still profitable? And the hard part is people forget to check that date to be like, it's 3 years ago. And a lot of our audience
Right.
doesn't understand entirely that this scene moves so quickly.
Yeah.
It's ebb and flows and the merge and all of that. And I think that unfortunately, I don't know as we as content creators can do a better job of like, this content was produced on this date. It might be worthless in 6 months. And that's a challenge that I think content creators get under fire for with that. So there's, and even home miners you run into in our situations where it's like, yeah, I bought that 3 years ago. I'm not running that. I've already sold it. Like I've sold it. I've made my
Things
money.
change.
I've moved on. Yep.
But there is a level of that is like unreasonable expectation.
Oh,
Like,
100%. Yep.
Like just because you watch this thing and it's 3 years old, and then you ask me now, do you still have things? You're running that with the expectation that I am. Just because I didn't make a video about it doesn't mean.
Correct, yeah.
So there's like a statute of limitations with some of that stuff. But yeah, I think you should be honest. Like when people are asked, you should honestly answer them. Yeah, for sure.
And then, as a YouTuber, once you delete those videos, you lose those views, and it can be very hard on your channel. So sometimes, I delete some videos that are no longer relevant, but you take that hit and it does suck. But you just got to remember sometimes the information just doesn't stay relevant forever.
So is there anything you guys are doing to make sure that the content that you do create stays relevant?
I try to do more research.
Well, it's a sign of the times too, because like a lot of the Ethereum content that we did doesn't matter anymore. What do? Do we delete them? Now, certain channel sizes, I'm the smallest one, but I think when you reach a certain channel size, you can edit the video in YouTube, and you can maybe put like a disclaimer on the front it's just another thing you can do and say this video was recorded at this date with, you know, it may be out of date. You know, you can put a disclaimer. I see a lot of content creators do that. Or you could just do an update video and just say, or put in a pinned comment. There's ways to, you know, prevent the audience from like seeing a video from August 21st of 2021, and hey, I bought all these GPUs. You said I could Ethereum. Well, dude, this was 3 years ago. What are you doing? Like, so there's ways to prevent it, but some people just, you know.
Yeah, figuring out relevant content. I think you look back at yourself like as a home miner, like that. I constantly have to remind myself, like I'm a home miner. And you have to look at it from the perspective of not only your content, but also what you're doing at home. Like, what projects am I working on? Like, in a few weeks, I'm going to be renting a boom lift and putting up a Helium 5G radio on the side of my house. Well, cool, let's record it and throw it up there. And it's like, is that relevant to GPU mining? No, but it's relevant to someone somewhere.
Right.
And so I think the challenge is like, you know, I love to make GPU mining content with like, I'm mining all this flux every day, all day long. But let's be honest here, GPU mining is not profitable right now. And for people that are like, well, wait, I'm making 3 cents on this GPU a day. It's like, I'm not considering that really profitable. Let's be honest here. You know, looking at where we were previously. So I think finding relevant content, sometimes you got to pull the card of, I want to make content on this because I'm excited about it versus an audience type of deal.
But if you get 100 of those going at 3 cents a day, that's $3 a day.
Hey, as long as you pay for that, I'm all excited about it.
So you just said about being excited. So do you have to be excited about what you're mining for you actually to create content about it?
I think you should. I really do. I mean, I think you should.
Because then you're getting into that whole
Definitely helps.
what you said earlier, right? You're getting into, am I doing this because I enjoy it, or am I just pandering for views, right?
Yeah.
And we see there's a lot of content creators that do that. Oh, this is a hot topic. I'm going to talk about this, and I really don't even really care about it. You know, I don't do that. I know they don't do that. So it's just, see, here's the problem. A lot of content creators, they created businesses in the bull run, right? They got to keep this profit machine turning because they have employees, they have business. I'm talking about the guys with million plus, right? Yeah. So they will put anything on their channel because they're getting paid to do that. You know, some YouTubers are $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for ads. They need that money because you've built it up all the way. Some of them, I think, in my opinion, it works against them. They grow too fast. And then when the bear market comes, well, what am I going to do? Here, I have a crypto mining channel. Now I'm shilling NFTs. What happened to you? Like,
I think our panel went from a state of home mining to YouTube content creation. And why not to do it?
Which no one asked for.
Look, if the video is sponsored, do your own research, man. I can tell you that. If it's a sponsored video, we got to pay some bills. Just do your own research.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you're a crypto mining channel and your sponsor is, I don't know, some sort of a different product that has nothing to do with crypto mining.
Pick a name.
That's right.
Yeah, right, exactly. But like this is where channels are, and channels evolve. You know, people change stuff around, and you know they go. I've seen a lot of channels go from crypto mining to tech. You know, because it's a broader form.
It translates.
So, it translates, right? So anyway.
All right, so you guys know that they're for real. They actually care about this stuff, and their channels actually, it's not just something let me make money with this. I like mining. I like what this gives me, so I'm going to create content around it. Let's break this down real quick as far as home mining. What is, in your opinion, is the best way to get started?
I think we can all agree. I've heard all you guys talk about this. Is your home desktop computer. Yeah. I think that gives you the most flexibility. I mean, even with FluxCore launching that we've learned about, being able to use your home PC when you're not using it to run a single GPU and running it if it's nice hash or if you dual boot into Hive OS or
mineable.
Exactly, and you're going to run on FluxCore, and then you can go ahead and run it there as well. I mean, you could participate in, when Proof of Useful Work launches, you could participate in it with your home GPU mining rig. Now, there is some speculation there with just how much it needs to stay up, you know, you taking it down, stuff like that. But I think that's the entry. I think all of us probably got into mining with, did you guys get in with your desktop? Or
nice
how did you get
in? Yeah.
Correct, but you got in with your desktop, your home desktop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, laptops,
you didn't,
CPU mining.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, I need to get some gaming rigs, and that's when I started collecting gaming rigs. So,
what about you, Andy? You said no, that's not how you got in.
No, my first foray into mining was building a mining rig. Again, 2014, Litecoin mining rig with R7, R9s, Radeons.
Yep.
I don't remember, 4 of them in a milk crate, running Ubuntu. And with the most janky ribbon cables connected to the PCI slots,
You didn't even have GPU risers. It was just the ribbon
It
cable
was like
style.
the DIY ones
Yep.
at the time. Yeah. So that was my first. I didn't even know about. I don't even know if nice hash was a thing in 2014.
I don't think so.
Certainly wasn't doing it on my desktop though.
Well, you got in early.
OG right here.
I mean, that's what we want, right? It's still early.
We're still
can we
early.
Say it's still early.
We're still early.
Is that still acceptable?
Definitely.
We're the 1%.
We're kind of the, like, I feel like right now is more the training wheels, especially for GPU mining. I feel like, everything takes several years. And I think right now is a training wheels year, meaning, like, even the current state of things, everyone's learning things right now. And I think it's like, I was talking with Andy the other day about, one thing I learned during the bear market was diversification. And I think that's huge when you start to look at like GPU miners. Like if you're going to get in now, anybody you've talked to that's been in the space for a few cycles is going to go, don't go all one type of hardware. You really got to diversify. So even if you're stepping into mining currently right now as a home miner, get that GPU mining rig, but maybe your next one is a small ASIC to play with, a small little Dogecoin miner. And yeah, it might not be profitable, but at least it's training wheels. It's cheap. You can get them for like $150, $200 right now.
Yeah, not only the like training wheels element of being diversified, but also the flexibility because I have full size ASICs, I have mini ASICs, I have FPGAs, I have GPUs, I have low power home miner. Like when you have a spectrum of things, you can mine a spectrum of different things, and that
Best way to learn.
resilience. Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of ways to mine. Okay, we have GPU mining, CPU mining, IoT mining, 5G mining. There is really an avenue for anyone that wants to get into it. And the barrier on a lot of miners are really not that expensive, especially right now starting off. So there's a lot of ways to mine. There's a lot of miners that aren't dependent on using a lot of electricity. There's miners you can run on solar. There's someone want to chime in on
No,
that?
it's really endless. I mean,
It really is.
It goes everywhere.
There's
You
a
got
lot of
dash cam.
options, so it's not just ASIC mining and GPU mining. So just something to consider
Dash
for anyone
cams.
out there that's new.
There's something project called Demo. You put it in your car.
Car mining, yeah.
And you get paid for the data that's on your car. Now, personally, I'm not doing that, but you can do it if you
Yep.
want to make money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of data mining out there.
A lot of that.
Lot of data
And
mining.
also worth
That's
mentioning.
low power and sometimes pretty profitable.
And also worth mentioning that we've already touched on is the very real opportunity of hardware arbitrage. I remember watching S9s buy a pallet of S9s in 2019 or 2020 for $25 per machine, and then I remember watching those same S9s selling on eBay for $650 to $700 each in 2021. So
Same thing with the L3s. Insane.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think mining has expanded so far to where it's no longer just an ASIC, a GPU. It's whatever, work you're doing for that network, for that platform that generates some type of data, which is profitable for them. Not always for us, unfortunately. So I know Dan's got to get up here in a minute. So let me ask you, give me some pitfalls. What are some of these pitfalls that home miners kind of miss a lot of times? I mean, I appreciate Hawk being so candid about, hey, I wasted a bunch of money. Like that happens all the time. Is there anything else that you can highlight that people mess up on?
If a crypto miner sits up here and he says, I haven't wasted money before, they're full of shit.
No,
Am
he's
I
right.
right or
He's
wrong?
right. He's
Am I
right.
right or wrong?
100%.
I second that.
Everybody throws money, whether it's $1,000 or $10,000. We all waste it in one area or another because you're learning something, right? It's like learning how to drive. You're gonna waste gas trying to put it in drive before you take off. So
But you're learning, so it's not a waste.
no, it's not. It's not a waste. No, it's not a waste.
But it hurts.
It
A
hurts.
lot.
Yeah, it's God, it sucks.
Well,
So-
yeah, but it's also at the same time too. Like I can vouch for this. I think some of you guys can too. Is not only the learning process, but also with your failures. It also comes with buying hardware. I think plenty of us have bought hardware, and then the crypto that is related to that hardware drops significantly, or a newer miner comes out. I mean, for me, it was a KD Max. I got my hands on a KD Max, and was like, awesome, Cardano, cool, awesome, great. K3 came out like a month later, 2 months later, and that the market also crashed significantly, and you got a 3,500 watt, miner that is worthless. So I mined for it for, 2 days, and bought a KD Max, and now it's a, paperweight type of deal. So I think, which is a shame. And that's spending money, all that money type of deal. So I think those are the mistakes that you have to look out for
I think
and that you
another-
learn from.
I think another big one is I didn't understand wallets and seed phrases when I got into this. So we got to touch on
boy.
this for a second.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's no secret. So there's a project called 𝐷𝐸𝐴𝑥. I mined early on, I mined about $500,000 of it. I think today it's probably worth about $1,600-$1,700 in the bear market. It's gone. I don't have the keys. Don't know what happened to the wallet. Gone. Wasted power. Everything. Wear and tear on the GPUs because it's a 𝐾POW algorithm, which is awful, and it's just gone. So here's my thing. Really understand and save your seed phrases, know where your wallets are, and for God's sake, pay attention. Write them down again, laminate it, put it in a safe, whatever
This
you
is
got
going
to
to be
do.
like those Bitcoin stories, right? Where years later, you're like, I had 100 Bitcoin on USB drive. Can't find it anywhere.
Oh my God.
And also on that topic, as someone who does a lot of spec mining and finding these crazy little things and mining them, like keep every single one of those wallets on separate VMs or separate computers, because Bitcoin Talk, if you follow those and spec mine stuff, they are rife with malware and ransomware and
Super dangerous,
viruses.
yeah.
You can lose your So segregate all that stuff as much as possible.
I feel personally attacked, by the way. I do have a lot of Bitcoin. I can't access it, but I do have a lot of Bitcoin.
You're going to be one of those stories, huh? I hired somebody
I
to...
am the stories, yeah. I was showing my emails to a few people like, oh, yeah, 2013, that's a nice wallet.
Action is Satoshi.
Yeah, right.
No, but I mean, it's true, right? Like, that is a big thing. And for me, yeah, it was a learning experience. It sucks, like, bad, but it's a learning experience. Like, I'm never going to do that again, ever.
I think it's got to happen to all of us at least once. Maybe not. Some people learn from
I
other
definitely
people's
have
mistakes.
a couple wallets that I can't get into.
Right,
You know,
like-
I'm looking for.
I got one,
I'm looking
too.
for the
I got
password
one.
for my Flux wallet, my
If
Zelda.
anybody's seen his
now.
password, let him know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I left
people-
it out here somewhere.
Some people are really good at learning from others' mistakes, but that's not human nature. Oh, that's not going to happen to me. I know what I'm doing. And then invalid password, invalid seed phrase, F. Like, I
Two
don't know
more
what to
tries.
do.
Take the L and move on.
That's it, pretty much.
So is that something I think we can wrap up with? Like,
I
what
just
is
want
it
to say,
that-
be careful mining too, because use quality equipment because you don't want to burn your house down. So definitely do your own
had a
research.
fire.
I don't see veteran miner in here, but buy quality cables when it comes to your power supplies.
I did have a riser that was that caught fire once.
There you go.
Yeah, I was standing right there, and it's a scary thing.
I've had plenty of PSUs burn out, so
Yeah, exactly.
definitely
Yep.
try and
Common
at
one.
least use some quality cables.
Go Google crypto miner burns down house. Then the next video you should Google is how to properly set up a mining rig.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep,
Do not
100%.
power your GPU risers with SATA power cables.
Yeah, SATA.
no, please,
no
God,
SATA.
Oh, man. Yep.
Don't do that.
No, I appreciate the insight. And this is something that sometimes we kind of miss, right? Because we're all making videos, we're all creating content for people, and it's always the bits and pieces and never the full story of like, hey, we buy, but we also sell. And it's okay to do so. Reminding people that there is a cycle, not only as far as prices are concerned, but also with how you're managing your hardware. Because let's be serious, if you can buy low and sell high, it's the same thing that people do in the markets day in, day out.
Hey, I sold some GPUs here to a gentleman over there, Mr. 𝐷𝐸𝐴𝐿 Tech. Thanks for buying my GPUs, man. Appreciate it. So he's not paying attention.
There are drink
Anyway.
tickets that comes with those, by the way, just so you're aware.
Yep.
But
Anyway.
something that you said, Will. I think that the easiest way to get into it is to get free hardware. Is that do you approve of giving out free hardware?
What's that? I wasn't paying attention.
Do you
I'm
approve
sorry.
of giving out free hardware? That's the
Giving
big
out
question.
free hardware?
Free hardware. You guys
What?
make videos. You like giving stuff
What,
out?
you want me to give something away on my channel?
I mean, that's where it
Yes,
starts for a lot
yeah,
of people.
We do
giveaways.
We do
give
giveaways.
away hardware every now and then.
We do giveaways every now and then. I mean, GPUs. I mean, I've sent GPUs. Hobbyists has done it. I'm sure they have done it
I
as
prefer
well.
to get free hardware myself, though, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be
with
great.
you.
So one thing you talked about that I'll jump in there for miners learning, getting into the space right now during the bear market too is do not cheap out on the hardware that you're buying. So when I started, great example, I'll buy the expensive graphics card, but then I'm like, oh, let me get the cheap wires, get the cheap risers, get the cheap this. And unfortunately, all that other hardware actually will make your experience so much better. There were so many rigs I'd build and I'd use all the cheapest equipment, or like I started with like a bunch of like HP desktop computers, worst decision ever, trying to make these things work with like 6-card rigs. And it was like, dude, just spend the $60 on a good motherboard or $100. And so those are the things where like, because I'd spend hours trying to make these things work, you try to cut corners. And it's like, why buy an expensive GPU and then cheap out on all the other hardware just to get it by? it would be like buying a super, and it'd be dangerous, some cheapy ASIC that you was
100%.
like, holy cow, like
Yeah.
with all those watts. So yeah, just as new miners in the bear market, yeah, definitely.
There's so many videos out there of people that have done this already. You really don't have to spend any money. You could just go watch some of these YouTubers when they first started, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the list, and just
Yep, go to the first
You don't
video.
actually need to mine yourself. You just watch some video of
Well,
someone
I'm
else
just saying,
mining.
like, you
Same
don't
thing.
have to. No, what I'm saying is,
you
like,
just
you
get
don't
rich.
have to go buy like a million different things and try. Like, okay, he did it with this, and that worked, and he got these cables, and everything
Yeah.
looks good. Then you'll know exactly what
You
to
can
buy.
replicate that.
Yeah, exactly. You can
Exactly.
replicate what they've done. These guys have burned down their sheds and garages already. Don't worry about it. You don't have to do it.
So you don't want to go in between. That's exactly my point. You
right.
can get it for free with some of these guys that give out stuff all the time, or you spend the money to actually do it right. There's no
That's right.
in between.
Yeah, subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe.
That's right. There you go.
Well, we're streaming this, right?
We are.
All right,
We are,
Bobby, it's your
100%.
channel.
It's my channel.
Close us out, man.
All right. So special thanks to Tech Hustler down here,
Hey,
your friend Andy,
pleasure.
Hawk Crypto Mining, and Action over here, guys. Appreciate you guys checking us out live on YouTube right now. And to our audience here, thank you to everybody that did hang out with us today for our panel on the state of mining.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Woo!
Oakley dokley.